Good evening. The Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, is calling on the Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, to take the necessary actions required to stem the continuing devaluation of the country's currency, which it noted hit an all-time low of Jamaican $156.70 on Wednesday, January 26. According to the JMEA, this decline represents a devaluation of 1% for the first 26 days of 2022 and follows a devaluation of 7.4% for 2021, when the Jamaican dollar slipped from $144.41 to $155.15 against the US dollar. It stressed that these devaluations have a direct impact on inflation and makes Jamaicans poorer as they are less able to afford to purchase the necessities of life. The JMEA said in a statement today that the Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, traditionally says that our rate of devaluation is influenced by the difference between the country's inflation rate compared to the inflation rate of the island's main trading partner, the USA. The Jamaica Consumer Price Index, CPI, rose by 7.3% in 2021, which was essentially the same as the increase in the CPI in the USA. It noted that based on this point, there shouldn't have been any meaningful devaluations in the Jamaican dollar. It said the BOJ continues to build up huge foreign exchange reserves, which incur a very high cost to the country, and these reserves are not being used to support the Jamaican dollar. In other news tonight, the police are seeking the public's assistance to locate 22-year-old Abigaye Jackson, unemployed, of Foster Lane in Kingston, who has been missing since Tuesday, January 25. She is of brown complexion, medium build, and is approximately 5 feet 5 inches tall. Reports from the Kingston Central Police coming into our news center tonight are that Jackson was last seen at home at approximately 8 a.m. Her mode of dress at the time that she went missing is unknown. She has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Abigaye Jackson is being asked to contact the Kingston Central Police at 876-922-8788 or 876-320-9411, Police Emergency 119, or the nearest police station. Still tonight, a motorcyclist was fatally shot by armed men in Mount Carey in St. James this morning. He has been identified as 22-year-old Ronaldo Barnes of a Mount Carey address. Reports from the police coming into our news center are that at approximately 8:30 a.m., Barnes was riding a motorcycle along the Mount Carey main road when he was ambushed and shot from the motorcycle by armed men. Barnes was killed on the spot. Residents in the community summoned the Anchovy police, and upon their arrival, the scene was processed and the body later removed to the morgue for a post-mortem examination. Continuing with the news tonight, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz says arming more Jamaicans amid a 19% increase in murders across the island could further complicate an already troubling crime wave. Bailey said while the decision on whether more citizens should have access to licensed firearms is for policymakers, he is not certain that the current crime trajectory will change with more guns in the hands of law-abiding Jamaicans. The DSP conceded that the country has long moved past normality, accounting for one of the highest homicide rates in the region at 46 per 100,000 persons. He was responding to a question posed during yesterday's press conference at the Ministry of National Security in St. Andrew. His comment comes on the heels of a report that a couple who were of Chinese heritage and the proprietors of a supermarket in St. Elizabeth, who had been robbed several times, had their application to the Firearm Licensing Authority for a firearm license denied. The husband and wife were fatally shot by gunmen who robbed their supermarket in Bellevue District, Southfield, late December last year. Still making Mello TV news, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has announced that allegations of abuse by soldiers within the Zone of Special Operations ZOSO in Savannah-Lamar, Westmoreland will be probed by the Army. Residents in the troubled communities of Coke Street and Queen Street in the Westmoreland capital have complained that they were abused by members of the Jamaica Defense Force JDF during operations last Friday and Saturday. Meanwhile, the JDF in a statement today said that it takes reports of this nature seriously and has launched an internal investigation into the alleged incident. The JDF said it also wants to reassure the public that the force ensures that all service members are trained to respect the rights of all citizens and operate within the rule of law, and reiterated their commitment to ensuring that strong corrective measures are applied in any case where soldiers are found to perpetrate, facilitate, allow, or fail to report acts of abuse. Now, the JDF said that it continues to urge persons to call the tip hotline at 876-837-8888 and provide information regarding the incident or any complaint in respect of actions of any member so that they may be investigated and addressed. Residents of Harbour Heights in Harbourview, Kingston say they can now breathe a sigh of relief as the section of roadway that connects them to the main road is finally fixed. Here is Colleen May with the details.
The Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation KSAMC completed work on a section of the roadway in Harbour Heights, Harbourview that suffered major damage due to flooding last year, which left residents stranded, forcing them to use alternate routes to gain access to their community. This was done as a result of Councillor Jacqueline Lewis, who lobbied for the work to be completed.
This road has been badly damaged by the floodwaters, and residents had to be finding alternate routes to access their home through Harbour Heights. And I'm so very happy that my lobbying has bear fruit. And today I'm very, very happy that the road will be reinstated so residents can come not this way, a shorter route from where they used to take. Thank you so much.
Our news team was on hand to witness the final touches being done to the roadway. Mayor of Kingston and Chairman of the KSAMC, Councillor Delroy Williams, said that he applauded Councillor Lewis for her approach in getting the road fixed for the residents.
The last time we were here, this was a massive breakaway here, and Balkan, this is Balkan and Tolmenia, and we had different sections of both roadways were severely damaged by floodwaters. As we have said before, this was a massive breakaway. We had also a massive breakaway on both roads, and the KCC responded. The Councillor Lewis appealed to us. She was very aggressive in her representation, and we applaud her for that, and we responded, and this is good. So here now we have done some works here to make the roadway usable again. The residents had to be using alternate routes to get to and from their homes, and now they are able to enter here, and emergency vehicles are able to enter, trucks and people doing construction, they are able to, those trucks are able to enter now. This was an emergency setting and situation. I mean, in this case, the roadway was rendered impassable. And you were here before, so you would know this was a massive breakaway here and there, and it was as a result of floodwaters. We do try to ensure that people can enter and leave communities.
He also said that they continue repairs on roads across the municipality.
The KCC has, over the last few years, governed itself and managed itself in a way to be able to respond to emergencies like these. And so the efficient management of certain funds that we have put us in a position to be able to respond to emergencies. There we have several emergencies that crop up during that period. The air, and we also had roadway severely damaged, almost rendering that roadway at Lunar impossible. And then we had the situation in New Haven with the Duane River and the flooding of sections of New Haven. So I'm pleased at this time we're working to make it far better, but I'm pleased at this time that the KSAMC is in a position that it is able to respond to these emergency situations much faster. We are not able to repair every single roadway, but we have done quite a number. At some point I'll give the figure, but we are, since 2016, we are probably approaching 200 or more roadways repaired across the municipality. So I would say that we are responding. We are ensuring that the works done are at a higher standard, and so that we get the roadways lasting longer, and which makes it easier for us to move on to other roadways.
Residents in their shared joy said that they can now breathe a sigh of relief as a section of the roadways that connects them to the main road is finally fixed.
I've been here over 10 years now. It's been a good while, you know. Whole heap of years, like as long as I've been here, the road has always been a problem to us. We used to have to go way up at the top of the road, and it really means a lot, and we appreciate it. And our councillor, she never ever leave us out, you know. She always, even when we could access the road, she always come up at the other side and walk the community, even when we never have access. And she always assures us she's going to do what it needs to be done to have the road fixed so we can have access to the road. And we really appreciate it, and we really appreciate the hard work that she put in. Not only she, but even the citizens that participate in fixing the road and the persons who built it, we really appreciate that.
And the MP, Philip Palwell too, with the councillor. Yeah.
And the mayor, we appreciate everything what everybody do. It means a lot to the community. Just want you to know that, you know.
We're waiting for a long time. I will thank the councillor, because me have a little shop around there. Whenever I come off of the bus, I have to take a taxi, go all the way around, or I have to just walk, come up the road. I can't get the taxi to carry the load, go around. So I thank the councillor a lot, and everybody knows that the road fixed now, and we love what go on, and we love to see what go on in the community.
Well, feel very good, you know. I have to respect my skitty feet. Thank everybody who play a part, same way. Yeah, big up. You know?
Reporting for Mello TV News, I'm Colleen May.
Thank you, Colleen, for that report. And we turn our attention now to this evening's COVID-19 update, where the Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 18 COVID-19 fatalities and 584 new cases of the virus yesterday. Now, this increases the death toll to 2,635 and the total of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 123,047. Now, of the newly reported cases, there were 342 females and 242 males, ranging in age from 30 days to 99 years. In tonight's COVID-19 parish breakdown, Kingston and St. Andrew recorded 133 cases, St. Catherine 81 cases, St. Anne 68, St. James 67, St. Elizabeth recorded 43 cases, Clarendon recorded 38 cases, Portland recorded 34 cases, Hanover 27, St. Thomas 24, Manchester recorded 21 cases, Westmoreland recorded 19 cases, St. Mary recorded 16 cases, and Trelawney 13 cases. In the meantime, the latest victims include 4 females aged 47, 70, and 2 aged 86, and 4 males aged 54, 64, with 2 aged 75 from Kingston and St. Andrew. Also among the deaths were 3 females aged 65, 84, and 91, 2 males aged 67 and 69 from St. Catherine, 2 males aged 70 and 78 from Portland, a 70-year-old male from St. Mary, an 80-year-old female from Manchester, and an 81-year-old male from St. Anne, who were also reported as fatalities. The deaths were recorded between January 17 and January 25, 2022. 2 additional deaths were reported as under investigation. The country also recorded 309 additional recoveries, increasing the total of recovered persons now to 69,258, while there are 9,657 confirmed active cases. Still tonight, 9 students in the Scotia Jamaica Foundation Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC exam prep program were recognized for their outstanding performances in the program held over a 3-month period that ended in December 2021. These students were among a group of 1,000 students who participated in the online extra lessons program implemented by the Foundation in partnership with One-on-One Educational Services Limited, the Program of Advancement through Health and Education Path, and the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, MOEYI. Now, for their outstanding efforts, the students received laptop computers and tablets to assist them in their online classes. Some of the students also received subscriptions to the One-on-One Educational Services platform to continue accessing classes for the 2022 school term. And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley-Ann Hill. Do stay safe and pleasant viewing.